Namaskaram. Bitter gourd, karela, paharka is not one of the most favorite vegetables of people. Especially if you ask children, they say, I don't want to eat paharka, I don't want to eat karela. But actually, it's one of the most versatile vegetables in our basket. It is very, very healthy. In fact, it combines a lot of goodness in it that cannot be listed. There are so many, it's just so many. It's good for diabetes because the bitterness takes away cuts the sugar that is being taken in. It's good, they now, as usual, they are finding it's good for cancer. It's good for high blood pressure. The paharka juice early in the morning is very, very good for toning up your system. The bitterness acts, strangely enough, as a flush for your system. Bitter gourd has been part of the backyard garden of many homes throughout the village atmosphere. It was always plucked and you could do anything with it. There were so many. You could make it again into a dry vegetable. You could fry it. You could put it into a korambu. But what I'm going to talk to you about is Pagakai Pitlae, or the Pitlae made with bitter gourd. What is this Pitlae? Pitlae is not a Tamil word. Pitlae is a particular masala that is made. What goes into that masala? You take a chili, a red chili, then you take chana dal, kadala parippu or Bengal gram. Then you take, this is the most important part, the coriander seeds, kottamali verai, dhania, akka dhania and coconut. So shall we start roasting our masala first? Okay, I'm going to use til oil, nalla enna or sesame seed oil. There, I've added just a little oil. When I'm going to show you the karela, when I do the bitter gourd, I'm adding a few blocks of perengayam, hing, and take off the head of the stem of the red chili, and it's roasting, and I put in the chana dal. Now I'm putting in the coriander seeds, the kotamali verai, and then I'm going to add my coconut. Each cooking medium changes the flavor. Coconut oil changes the flavor. The coconut becomes more pronounced. But I want the til oil or the sesame seed oil, nallenna, to be prominent in this dish, and I'm roasting the coconut. You can make pitlae with baigan, then it becomes rasa vangi. Vangi is not a Tamil word. Vangi means brinjal, baigan in Marathi. It is the word for the brinjal. So vangi rasa vangi is again this rasa vangi. This is the same basic masala that we are using, but we do add fenugreek into that. Increase my. I want the coconut to really brown. Still not browning. While it is roasting, just see that I'm not keeping my spoon down, otherwise it will get burnt. So this is done. Can you see that? Can you see? The smell is a copra smell, roasted coconut. What you would use for a tenga chada or a coconut rice. Right, this is done. I'm going to leave this here. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut the karela. This is the karela. Can you see it is with the stem? Let's see how I'm going to cut this now. The karela can be cut in different ways. My aunt, because she would deep fry it, would cut it into rounds. I'm cutting this into rounds. I'm going to show you her way mostly. Deep fry it and put, because I like it that way. I think it adds a special flavor when you deep fry the bitter gourd. So here it is. The seeds are there. but they are not very hard. Sometimes Karelas can be red and the seed can be hard, then you have to de-seed it with a knife. This one is pretty good, it's tender and nice. I chased my husband to the market this morning and he brought it. So good, I've got this cut. Just this little bit I'm going to show you how my mother would cut it. She would cut it diagonally, once more, make it into 4 and then chop it up. I must share with you one very nice, we used to live upstairs in a flat, we had rented the flat, and Pagakai Pitlae was made on a Sunday maybe, and my father would insist that we all sit with him to eat, and my brother would choose a window and the Karela would go whoop out of the window, whoop out of the window, whoop. So that is the attitude of children. Okay, now I'm going to blend this, the masala that I fried, I'm going to blend it in a mixie. And I'm going to put the oil to fry the. What I'm going to do is I'm going to season. Here is the pan. I'm going to choke with nallanne seasoning. Remember, the seasoning is the most important part of an Indian dish. And here's my masala box. I'm going to put a little mustard, little ulsam parpu, urad dal, Bengal gram husked dal. Okay, I'm going to put just a few seeds of fenugreek because I love fenugreek. Fenugreek, methi, I really like it. But I'm not adding any jeera, okay? Jeera is not something that goes. So some people do add jeera in their sambar powder. I don't. Now, I must tell you one more thing. This powder, this masala that we fried, you can just powder it and keep it dry and use it in any gravy that you want instead of doing it every time. That's a real trick that I learned from a friend of mine, and this is called Pitlae podi then. Podi is powder. We keep this ready made. I have it here. There's my Pitlae podi, which I don't have to grind every time. My seasoning is done. I'm going to add a few curry pattas. Okay, the nicest way of making the curry patta work is to take it like that. Okay, I'm going to add my dal. This is tur dal. This is tur dal that I am adding, which I have already pressure cooked. I'm going to add the tamarind juice that was removed by soaking about, say, a lemon size ball. About this size ball of tamarind was. Yeah, now I'm going to add salt to this. I use low salt, low sodium salt. So I'm adding a spoon, maybe 3/4 of a spoon. My Pitlae podi or the powder is ready. Okay, I use my hand. I don't use a lot of spoons to do these things. Why? Because in Tamil we say kai vasana, kai manam. The cook's hand, when the cook's hand is used in the food, it adds a great flavor to any dish that is cooked. I'm not going to use all this. I'm using about, as I told you long ago, the shranga, the fistful of this, and then we can taste it later. This is the nicest thing about the Pitlae. You can taste it, and the Pitlae podi you can add it later. It's already ready and done. So if you find that it's not spicy enough, then this. We have to boil this because the raw smell of the tamarind has to go. So this is cooking. I have a little bellam here which I'm going to add. I'm just adding this bit of bellam, okay? And that is done. This is the gravy. Now you can add the bitter gourd, you can add the bagan, You can add even pushnika. Pushnika is the white pumpkin, red pumpkin, anything that is what we would normally add in the sambar. I have never made it with vendeka or the lady's finger, but I don't see why we can't. Maybe you can try and send feedback and say whether a Bendi Pitlae was nice. I am adding oil to cover the saucepan. I am using sunflower oil. You can use okay, let me add a little til oil, sesame oil for the flavor. Okay, as soon as this is hot, we are going to fry this. The dal was cooked with a little haldi already, so I have not added haldi into the tamarind mixture. The oil is ready. I am going to fry. There my karela is frying. Now what I am going to do, some people what they do is they take the karela, add salt and chili powder and haldi and leave it and take out the juice. But for me that is just not okay, because the juice is where all the inherent quality, good quality of the vegetable is there. So I am going to just add a little salt to the vegetable as it fries. I have put the sauce back to boil. I am going to drain out the oil. If you want, you can use paper, but I like to put it straight into that. I am going to put this off and I am showing it to you in my dish. This is the wonderful Pagakai Pitlae, and going back to our Shadruchi, it has got all the 6 tastes in it. So this is the Pitlae that is ready. I just want you to see the browned karela, which is not completely immersed into the dish. You still get the crunchiness of the karela and yet it is cooked enough. It's not mushy. So just to recap, this is a dish that can be done in stages. As I told you, you can make the Pitlae powder. You can roast all the spices, make the powder and leave it in your fridge. You can cook the tur dal in your pressure cooker and leave it in your fridge. Then the gravy, you can use tamarind paste. I have used fresh tamarind because I like it. But if you got tamarind paste, it's a snappy dish to make. So all you need to do is to season, add the tamarind, water, add the dal and add the Pitlae podi, and all you have to do is to fry the karela. So this is a dish that can be made in stages and it's not difficult really. And going back to the Tanjore legacy, there are many dishes from the Maratha kitchen. The Pitlae, it is the usali. You know the parpu usili, that comes, the usal comes from Marathi. You get the vangi bath, the rasavangi, that is from the, your puran poli, your poli with the stuffing of this, that is from Maharashtra. And as I am going to tell you in another episode, the sambar, that is also based on the Maratha cuisine. So I hope you enjoy cooking the Pagakai Pitlae, and I really love to get feedback and see how you manage to cook it. Maybe I'll learn something from you as well.